Hey guys, it's Nadine. I'm here to share with you guys my very special personal Filofax that is specifically used for my finances. And so several people have asked me to share how I use this and what exactly is in here. So I'm going to do that today. So this is a Antique Rose personal size Finchley. Finsbury, I'm sorry. Antique Rose personal size Finsbury. And this I got when Filofax had the end of the year sale. I wish I had gotten this color, which is like a mauve color, in the A5. I ended up getting the raspberry one, but the hoarder in me wish I had gotten the matching bigger one. Yeah, that's my only regret. However, I am eyeing one that I think I will be getting soon. So anyway, this is what I have my budget in. Now, when I say my budget, I mean everything that I spend during the week goes in this binder. This has nothing to do with my bills. My bills are in a completely separate Filofax, which is my A5, which has my entire schedule and my household stuff in that one. And the reason why I started doing this was because with my craft budget that I've been trying to get a grip on, I felt like it was very important for me to just get a grip on everything in general to see where everything is going. Because what I would do is I would have the bad tendency of using my debit card, which, as you all know, debit card goes straight from your checking account. So whatever money you have in there, it's automatically deducted. It's not like a charge card where you're charging things on money with money that you don't have. This is actually money that you have, and it just gets automatically taken out. The problem with that is when I use my debit card, I just keep swiping it and I don't keep an active count about what's going on. Yes, I have the receipts and all, but who the hell looks at receipts after the fact? Certainly not me. So here is how I keep track of my spending now. I don't use my debit card as much as I used to. Ever since we had that huge run-in with identity fraud in my debit card, I've been a little bit paranoid. So I've been doing a lot of cash transactions, which means I always have cash on me, which I never used to have. So it actually is good in that I am able to see what I have, where it's going, and I'm more cognizant of buying things. Like if I have to spend money, like literally take the cash out of my wallet and give it to somebody, I'm less likely to do that because I don't really want to do it. However, there's some things that's necessary, like groceries and gas and all that kind of stuff. So let me share with you guys this. This is what it looks like. I have a fly leaf on here, and on the very first page of my fly leaf, I have my actual accounts that I typed onto this post-it note back here, but for personal reasons, I'm covering up my information. So every single one of my accounts that I have, whether they be personal checking, personal savings, business account. When you have a business account or you have your own business, it's good to have a business checking account and a business savings account. The business, out of your business checking account, what you're going to do is whatever you've made from your business, you put into the checking account. The checking account is used specifically to pay whatever bills that come from your business. And also, you're supposed to keep 25% of your earnings from whatever you've produced and put that into into a business savings account. So the checking account is to pay bills, and the savings account is specifically put on the side for taxes. And that's what I do. You guys can do it whatever you want, but this is what keeps me straight and everything in line. So the very first page is all of that stuff, and there's a reason why I have this stuff here, and I'll share with you guys why that is in a little bit. Okay, so then I have all these envelopes here, as you can see. And let me just flip to last week, for instance. Okay, so here is what my Filofax looks like, and I have this is called a week on 2 pages, and these are not the line ones. These are ones that are just, you know, block form and an empty space where you can just add whatever you need to, which is why I use this Muji stamp to go ahead and stamp here. Now, the reason why I do that is this. Everything I do with money is written down here, okay? Because some of these errands that I run don't necessarily go into or come from, sometimes I have it written down in my A5, but sometimes not. Sometimes they're like incidentals that I have to run to go get or whatever. This is what happens here. So this is what I notate on the Muji stamp. the things, the places I went, the money I spent, and whatnot. Okay, on this side, I always start off my mornings with my banking. I check every single one of my bank accounts, and that is just me being paranoid ever since that whole thing happened with somebody stealing my identity. Okay, so I check to make sure my bank accounts are solid. I also check to see what I have in there, if I have to go grocery shopping or whatever. Like last week Monday, I went grocery shopping. Here's a sticker that says grocery shopping. I actually write up here how much money I had in my wallet to start off with, so that I know this is how much money I had to start off with, how much money I took out from the bank. I have notated under here as well, and whatnot. So these are the errands that I ran, okay? And they're all right here. Now, on this side is an envelope, and these envelopes I have printed out and put together, and they're from a guy, and his name is Ray, and his blog is My Life All in One Place, I think it's called. I will put the link for his blog where you can download free different downloads, various downloads for your Filofaxes from his website. These are not for resale, so I can't sell them to anybody, but I can point you in his direction in case you want to do the same thing. So it is a template that you cut out, you score, and then you glue. And in these are like envelopes. And let me show you. So here's what it looks like, the front of it, okay? And there's two different views. There's this view and the other view. And then you can put your receipts or cash or whatever you want in here. Now for this thing, what I do is I go ahead and I use my date stamp, my roller date stamp, and I just put the date up here. And then I put, whatever. I purposely didn't do this because I was going to show you guys. And I put cash in wallet. So I check, like again, I check my bank accounts. I would write it here. Cash in wallet, I would put it here. And then whatever errands I ran, this is what I would put here, okay? So it shows exactly where I went, exactly how much was spent. And in this envelope is the actual receipts of all of these things coincide with the receipts inside here. Now the great thing I like about this system is not only does it show what I have in my bank, but what I've spent for the day. But if I know things are coming up throughout the week, like for instance, I know I have to go grocery shopping on Monday, so automatically I know, okay, this is a big expense. This is what's coming on Monday. Tuesday I had an appointment, and my appointment was going to cost $50. I made a note there. Here's another thing. We had play dates for the kids, and I told them I was going to take them to Cece's Pizzas with their friends. So I put that here because that's money coming out of, my wallet. These are the things that I did here, okay? And whatnot. And I, like for instance down here, I had to take out money to transfer it to my other account to pay bills today. And whatnot. And so what I do is I fancy up my little financial Filofax because it's nicer. It makes me feel good about wanting to keep track of everything, and then it keeps it orderly. So this is what I've used, and here's another example. This is the 11th. What I did was I didn't put my banking thing again, but the only errand I did was Target, and this is what I spent in Target. I also notate on the side here, how did I pay for it, my debit card, and which account it came out of, which is the reason why I have this post-it note up here, because it actually has my little key code as to what these little things mean. So in this, again, in this personal expense thing is the receipt for Target. So I can go out through the week and tally up what I've spent in exact for my house, for my crafts, which I need to be on top of that at all times. So that was last week. Now this is this week, and I have yet to put envelopes in here. So what I'm going to do is, as I need them, I'm going to stamp up here, and then I usually have one of these in my wallet at all times, so that as I get the receipts, it goes automatically into the day. So every single day, if I go out, which I don't want to, I will have one of these in my wallet to put the receipts in. Here's another week. I usually decorate my financial Filofax on Sundays, and so I use my little flowery for spring washi tapes, and I have some of these flags. which I got from Walmart, and I posted that in my Filofax haul. And I just use the thinner washes here. So now I know I have some flags here which already stands out to me. These are the things that are coming, you know, warning, warning, warning. It's like a red light going off. The lawn guy came to aerate my lawn, which is going to cost $89. So I put that here in green because that has to do with money, okay? I didn't go anywhere today, so this is not going to be filled up at all. But if I have to go somewhere, I'm going to put it here where I went, if it entails me spending money where I went, and then the cost of what I spent, and then I will have an envelope with the receipt for the coinciding day. I know on Wednesday I have a lunch coming up, which I will pay for this lunch, and so I'm already making note to myself, you know, lunch here, don't forget, you know, make sure I have cash on hand and that I'm going to pay for it. I have a fly leaf here that I made by myself, and it is just one of those, what is it called, overhead projector, the plastic for that. It's not heavyweight by any means, but I don't need it to be heavyweight. And usually on here I will put something on here, like a little note of some sort if I need to. Okay, I don't have anything here yet, but if I need to, that's what I would attach, so that it doesn't, so that I don't put a note here. Like, say for instance, if I had to write myself a note, and let me just take one of these sticky notes, and if I put it on my page, I'm going to block out everything on here that's important. So I keep it on a fly leaf, and I just put it on there, and I can change, you know, turn the fly leaf and not have to be worried about missing out on anything that's on a page. So then the second half of the week, which is Thursday through Sunday, I know coming up I have a date night with my hubby, and I mentioned before at my Veda that I'm going to be taking him on a date night instead of him paying for me. I'm going to take us, and we're going to have a date lunch, actually, him and I'm going to pay for that and, you know, treat him. So these flags and everything in this Filofax has to do with finances, has to do with budgeting, allows me to be able to see in one spot very quickly where things are going and where things, what things are coming up as far as money goes. And as I spend, or as I collect receipts, they will go in here and they will have the date on it. And so what I do is I've actually had from March, I've had you know, these are all from March. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep 2 months of envelopes with receipts in here, and when April is done and we're moving into May, I'm going to take March out and I'm going to file them in an expander file, because I think I want to keep receipts for at least 2 or 3 months, and then after that I can toss them, because at that point I know I'm not going to return anything. I don't need to, you know, re-look at these things or whatever. Now these receipts in here have, they only deal with myself, meaning my craft budget and my household stuff. Any kind of receipts that come from my business go in a completely separate file folder for the end of the year taxes stuff. So I might log it in here, but you know, I might log it in here and on one of these sheets, but I won't keep the receipt in here because I need to turn it in at the end of the year to my tax person. But that's a whole nother thing. If you guys want to see, let me know. But this is how I use my financial Filofax, and I call it my triple F. So my finance Filofax is what I call it, triple F, and this is how I set it up. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But this system is totally working for me, and it has totally allowed me to see what I've spent, where it's going, what's coming up and whatnot. It also showed me that last week I blew it on one day. I went $21.49 over my actual budget, which is not really that bad, but I'm actually thinking that I might be reevaluating how much I want to spend on my crafts, because I think I might need a little bit more in order to be happy. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject, and I will talk to you guys later. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I am always game to answer, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.